Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you guys must be aware that we are in the middle of lecture series on Indian Evidence Act. And currently we are discussing chapter 2 of Indian Evidence Act, which states the relevancy of facts. Our today's topic is admission and person whose admission are relevant. So these all things are given under section 17, 18, 19 and 20. So let's begin. Admission is defined under section 17. It states an admission is a statement, oral or documentary or contained in electronic form, which suggests any inference as to any fact in issue or relevant fact, and which is made by any of the persons and under the circumstances hereinafter mentioned. So an admission is a statement in oral or documentary form. As you guys must be aware, the definition of evidence is also the same. The definition of evidence states that it is a statement in oral or documentary form. So it can be clearly observed that an admission is an evidence which suggests any inference, which suggests any conclusion as to fact in issue or relevant fact. So who can make the admission? So any person given under the acts can make admission. It is mainly given under section 18, 19 and 20. So admission is an acknowledgement of liability or acceptance of some statement made by the opponent. So when a person makes some statements, makes some admission, he acknowledges some liabilities, he accepts some liabilities or accepts some fact stated by the opponent, facts asserted by the opponents. So he accepts some liability. It is always against the interest of the maker. So the person making an admission always makes a statement against his interest. So let us look into an illustration. A person has been sued for recovery of a loan and there is a record of such loan in that person's account book, and if he produces it before the court to accept his liability, then it would be an admission. So a person has borrowed some money and in his account book he has maintained the record that he has borrowed some money. Now if he produces that account book in the court to accept his liability, then that would be called as an admission. Admission would be relevant only if they are made by a person specified in the act. So there are a specified person who can make admission, and that is given under the act. So in Latafat Hussain versus Lala Onkar Mal, it was held admission are very weak kind of evidence and the court can reject it if it is satisfied that they are untrue. So if the court is satisfied that the evidence that the admission made is untrue, then it can reject it. So admission is very weak evidence. It is not a conclusive evidence. It can be rejected by court anytime. So in Chikkam Koteswarao versus C. Subbarao, it was held admissions are statements that attach a liability as inferred from the fact in issue or relevant fact to the party who made such statement. The statement denouncing any right should be conclusive and clear, that there should not be any doubt or ambiguity. This was held under this case law. So admission, it says that admission is a statement which attaches a liability to a person who makes it, and it must be given clearly without any doubt, and it should be unambiguous. So this is the definition of admission. Let's move on to person whose admission are relevant. So the person who can make an admission is been given under section 18, 19 and 20. So the person who can make admission are as follows. Party of the proceeding. So the person who is a party in a proceeding, in a suit, can make any admission. So the statement of a party must be clear. It must suggest some inference as to relevant fact or fact in issue. So there must be some inference as to fact in issue or relevant fact, and it must be clear. That was held in the previous case law also. So a statement made by a party in formal suit would be relevant. So if a statement is made by a party in the formal suit, then that may be relevant in the current suit if it makes some inference in the current suit. If it makes some, it amounts to an admission, it amount to attachment of liability, then it would be relevant in the current suit. When there are more than one plaintiff or defendant in a suit, then a statement of a party shall not be relevant against his co-plaintiff or co-defendant. So when there is two accused or two plaintiff or two defendant or more than two in a suit, then if one party makes an admission, then it would not go against the co-defendant, co-accused or co-plaintiff. So this is been said under the first point, that is party to the proceeding. Now the second person who can make admission is the agent. So a statement of an agent would be relevant if the court regards him to be authorized by the party. So he must be authorized by the party. In order to be an agent who can make admission, he must be recognized by court that he is authorized by the party. A statement made by an agent in normal course of business would be relevant. So if an agent is making any statement in normal course of business while he is performing his duty, then that would be relevant as an admission. The third party is party suing or sued in representative character, making admission by holding such character under section 18. So any person holding a representative character may give admission. So that person may be trustee, assignee or receiver, or any person holding property on behalf of someone. So that person, any representative can make these admissions. Any person holding representative character makes any statement, then such a statement would be relevant. Now the fourth one is the person who have any proprietary or pecuniary interest in the subject matter of the proceeding during the continuance of such interest. So the person, any person who has monetary interest in the subject matter, monetary interest in the proceeding in the suit, then any statement made by him would be relevant. Such a statement must be given in continuance of such interest. When several persons are jointly interested in a subject matter, then the statement of any one of them would be relevant not only against himself, but against other party too. So any person in a suit, when a multiple person are there interested in a suit, has monetary benefit in a suit, then any statement made by one person, by one party, would go against every other party. So every other party, it would be held to be admission by every other party. Now the fifth person is the person from whom party to the suit have derived their interest in the subject matter of the suit during the continuance of the interest. So any person having interest in the subject matter. Now any person having interest in any particular benefit or any particular rights to be decided in a subject matter, then that person's statement would be relevant in that proceeding. Now sixth one is the admission made by person whose position must be proved as against party to the suit. So a statement of anyone whose position or liability it is important to prove would be relevant. So for example, if a suit is between two persons and the second person says that he is not liable and any third random party is liable, so that admission of that third liable party to whom he is referring would be relevant. So any person whose position must be proved would be relevant. So person must hold such position or liability while making it. The person must while making such a statement hold that liability, must make a statement regarding that liability only. Now let's look into an illustration. A undertakes to collect rent for B. B sues A for not collecting rent from C. A asserts that he has collected rent from C. Now C makes an statement before the court that rent was not collected from him. Now C has made an admission that would amount to B admission against A, because here the position of C was important to be decided. Now let us look into 7. Admission made by person specially referred to by party to suit. Section 20. When a party makes reference to a third party for information, then any statement of such person is relevant admission against the party. So when a person says that any third party knows about any fact, knows about any relevant fact, then a statement of that third party would be relevant. Let us look into illustration. A sold horse to B. The question was whether the horse was of sound mind or not. So A says ask C about that. So here statement of C would be relevant. So thank you so much guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. I hope you would appreciate my efforts. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.